That's ZipRecruiter.com/info. One more time. To try it for free, go to ZipRecruiter.com/info.
We want to talk right down to earth in a language that everybody here can easily understand.
And now it's time for the voice.
Don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
I want you to get up right now.
And go to the window,
Open it.
stick your head out and yell.
Hated man! Top of the world!
The voice of Ocala with Buddy Martin.
You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
Look in my eyes, what do you see? The cult of personality. I know your anger, I know your dreams. I've been anything you wanna be. Oh, I'm the cult of personality. Like Mussolini and Kennedy, I'm the cult of personality, the cult of personality, the cult of personality.
Good Thursday afternoon. Welcome to the Voice of Ocala. I'm Tom Schmitz, joining you for the first hour of the Voice of Ocala, live from the WOCA studios at the Paddock Mall, right outside of the food court entrance to the Paddock Mall. It is Thursday, so that means Buddy Martin will be joining us in the 4 o'clock hour, live from Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood on the square in the Brick City Beautiful, Ocala, Florida. Wonderful day today, kind of overcast, warm, summer day. I guess we went right from winter to summer. We just skipped spring altogether. We went from too damn cold to too hot. There's no spring is sprung. Daylight savings happened, and somebody turned the heater way up. You complain about the cold like I do, and then you complain about the heat like I do. I'm just not happy either way. I'm efforting. I've had so much response to the cyberbullying question that I'm actually talking to a few people that are experts in the field to have them come on and actually talk about cyberbullying. Tomorrow, we'll ask the sheriff, it'll be Ask the Cops, brought to you by Daniel L. Hightower, lawyer, fighting for accident victims justice since 1976. And tomorrow, Ask the Cops will be Sheriff Chris Blair. And we'll ask him about the realities of cyberbullying. Speaking of law enforcement officers, the Ferguson, Missouri tragedy never goes away. Now another installment, another episode. Last night, as you know, yesterday, the police chief in Ferguson stepped down. He resigned. So last night, as you would think, there were some protests or some gatherings of people out by the police department in Ferguson. Right about the time the protests were breaking up, peaceful protests, by the way, shots rang out and 2 police officers were shot and wounded. Officials are calling it an ambush. An intense manhunt's underway for a suspect. The suspects in the shootings. Both officers were treated at the hospital. Both have been now released. An undisclosed number of people have been taken in for questioning. A 41-year-old St. Louis County police officer was struck in the shoulder, and a 32-year-old officer from nearby Webster Grove Police Department had a bullet lodged near his ear after it passed through his cheek. St. Louis County Police Chief John Belmer said it was an ambush. That's what it is. You can't see it coming. You don't understand that it's going to happen. The shots rang out as the rally in front of city's police headquarters was dispersing hours after the chief resigned. As we all know, Tom Jackson quit in the wake of the scathing, and boy was it scathing, U.S. Department of Justice findings about Ferguson, Missouri, and the abject failure of the police department, according to the report, to be fair to minorities. Thursday shootings are inexcusable and repugnant, said U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder. Such senseless acts of violence threaten the very reforms that nonviolent protesters in Ferguson and around the country have been working towards. The number one priority to St. Louis County Police is to identify individuals, said Chief Police Belmer, who lead the police force in the county that includes Ferguson's. Officers did not return fire, but he warned they may shoot back in the future. I've said all along we cannot sustain this forever without problems, he said, referring to festering tension in the city. Hours after the shootings, tactical police swarmed a home in Ferguson looking for a suspect. Sean McGuire, St. Louis County Police spokesman, said people were taken from the house and brought in for questioning as part of the investigation. This comes less than 3 months after a man ambushed and killed two New York City patrolmen, saying he was seeking to avenge the killings of Michael Brown in Ferguson and an unarmed black man in New York City. Both cases, the grand jury decided against criminal charges against the officers. But this is just useless and senseless. There was a peaceful gathering of people out in front of the Ferguson Police Department that coincided with the resignation of the Ferguson Police Chief, Tom Jackson. As this group was breaking up, shots rang out. Now, here's another twist to it. Many of the protesters are questioning the official narrative around the shooting. St. Louis County Police Chief John Belmer said shots were fired from roughly 125 yards away by someone presumably associated with the protesters. He said, I do feel like there was an unfortunate association with the gathering. I would have to imagine the protesters were among the shooters. He did acknowledge his respect for demonstrators exercising their First Amendment right peacefully, adding the culpability rests squarely on the shoulders of whoever pulled the trigger. Many people expressed doubt as to whether the shooter was affiliated with the demonstration. All witnesses saw a muzzle flash from at least 125 yards away, but strangely insist shooter was not with protesters. Others took issue with Belmar's characterization of the shooting as an ambush. This is really an ambush is what it is. You're basically defenseless. It's hard to guard against, he said. People are saying there's no evidence to support that this was an ambush, but that is the narrative now that the police have decided to put out there. What else are you going to call it? The New York Times reports after the shooting, one Ferguson officer said this is what they wanted to happen while standing near protesters. He stuck to his opinion when protesters countered. DeRay McKinnison, a longtime protester, fears someone has been waiting for a moment like this in order to vilify and discredit their movement. He insists the shooter was not standing with, nor does he represent the protesters. And it could be that somebody standing near the protesters, behind the protesters, to the side of the protesters, saw this as an opportunity as this meeting was breaking up and all the confusion to shoot, and then think it was going to be easy not to be blamed because there's so many protesters there. But what is a problem is that it happened in the first place. It's senseless. Protesters were, expressing their First Amendment rights to assemble. Good for them. The police were there to make sure that it didn't get out of hand and it didn't turn into a riot. Good for them. There was no altercation between the crowd of protesters and the police. And then as the demonstration was breaking up, somebody took a gun out and shot from the crowd, according to the police, and shot two police officers, one in the face and one in the shoulder. I got no use for that. I hope whoever did this, the scumbags that did this, are found and prosecuted to the furthest extent of the law. And any law-abiding citizen, whether you protest the Ferguson police or not, agree with me. There's no call for this kind of behavior from the police or from the public. And I know some people may say, well, the police have been doing it forever. It's about time. Stop. Just stop it. It's not about time. No one should ever think the answer to something is taking shots with a gun into a crowd. It's how innocent bystanders get killed. It's how police get killed that were innocent in this. These were two police officers, one in St. Louis County, the other one in another jurisdiction, not even Ferguson police officers. It's senseless is what it was. Don't try to say it was anything else, because that's exactly what it was. Senseless. A senseless shooting of officers in Ferguson that whether the shooters were with the protesters or not, it now puts a shadow of doubt on the protesters. And that's not fair to the protesters. Got to do something in Ferguson. Can't do this. If it keeps boiling like this, you're going to have an all-out, war between the police and the people of Ferguson. And I'm going to tell you, the police will win that most of the time. We're going to take a break. When we come back, slang, a state-by-state guide to the most hilarious and annoying slang across the United States. This is an article by Melinda Crow. We'll talk about that next, right here on the Voice of Ocala on a Thursday afternoon, live from the studios of WOCA at the Paddock Mall. But at 4 o'clock, Buddy Martin will be live from the front porch, Cindy's front porch, at Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood on a Thursday afternoon on the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Whenever you're searching for an attorney, you want somebody with knowledge who has a commitment to our community and our state. Such is the case with Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, in everything from car and other motor vehicle accidents, work accidents, personal injury, and wrongful death cases. Daniel L. Hightower also handles Social Security disability and bankruptcy. Call him today at 352-629-7777 or check out danhightower.com. Daniel L. Hightower, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant. Does osteoarthritis bring frustration with every step? Do pain and stiffness affect your everyday activities? If so, you may be interested in a research study for the treatment of pain associated with osteoarthritis. Rinstar Medical Research is conducting a research study of an investigational medication for individuals between the ages of 40 and 75 and who have been treated for the pain associated with osteoarthritis for at least 3 months. Qualified participants will receive study-related medical care and investigational medication. Compensation for time and travel will be provided. To learn more about this osteoarthritis study, please call Rinstar Medical Research in Ocala at 352-629-5800. Again, that's 352-629-5800. Located next door to Silver Spring State Park and a few minutes from historic downtown Ocala, our award-winning Holiday Inn Express Hotel and Suites of Silver Springs is the place to stay for a friendly, memorable, and fun experience. Enjoy our fast and free Wi-Fi, complimentary hot breakfast, and free parking. Whether you're in town for work or play, our friendly staff will make you feel right at home. That's the Holiday Inn Express and Suites of Silver Springs.
Proud sponsor of College of Central Florida basketball on WOCA The Source.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services. When your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements, from damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking: will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala. On a Thursday afternoon, I'm Tom Schmitz coming to you live from the palatial studios of WOCA Radio outside of the entrance to the food court at the lovely Paddock Mall in the beautiful brick city of Ocala, Florida. Buddy Martin will be coming to you live from Cindy's front porch at Mark's Prime's Steakhouse and Seafood starting at 4 o'clock, and then Southern Pigskin tonight. 5 o'clock, you'll hear from Coach Jim McElwain, the head football coach of the University of Florida, plus Mr. College Football, Tony Barnhart, and David Moulton of Miller and Moulton on 993 ESPN in Fort Myers and Naples. All that coming up today on The Voice of Ocala. Before we went to break, I told you there's an article that I found written by Melinda Crow. Let me get my glasses on. Sunglasses don't work. Let me get my actual reading glasses on. How about that? Melinda Crow. And she's from Texas, and she says, I'm from Texas, and the rest of y'all talk funny, but don't get riled up because we all sound funny to outsiders. She said, ask the grammar police to take the day off and allow us to have a little fun with the language of all 50 states. She polled locals across the country to find out what people say, how they say it, and what the heck it means. She said, in Alabama, if you're in Alabama and you hear someone mention butter and biscuits, don't expect fresh-baked goods. Butter my butt and call me a biscuit is a way of expressing delight and surprise. And they would probably tell the rest of us don't be ugly if we made fun of them. Well, that sounds a lot like South Georgia or North Florida, too. Sourdough may be a bread in California, but in Alaska it refers to a longtime resident in the state. In the Arizona heat, in the desert heat, you'll need a swamp cooler. It happens to be an evaporative air conditioning, sometimes mounted on the roof, but more often in the window. Fit to be tied in Arkansas refers to someone who's really angry. We know what that means. Cattywampus, also from Arkansas, that's crooked for the rest of you. Californians may have the least accent of us all, but they can twist the language in the strangest ways, according to Melinda Crow. Got to get flat means you need to lie down. Colorado, in a state filled with non-natives, a gaper is a tourist. A gaper is a tourist gaping at the snow and mountains. Coloradans, both natives and transplants, are also known to shorten the name of every town and landmark in the state. Fort Collins becomes a Fort, Colorado Springs a Springs, Breckenridge, Breck, and Poudre River is just the Poudre. Some of these southern words I've heard before. Tag sale is apparently what you hold to get rid of your junk, not a garage sale or yard sale like we would call it. That's in Connecticut. In Delaware, in the slower half of the state, the dialect borders on downright southern where they say hi hun to greet you and cauliflower to describe a white vegetable similar to broccoli. Now, she said in Florida, the first time she ever visited the state, she was quite surprised to discover they speak fluent Southern. Why should that be surprising? Even the transplants from up north learned to slow down and say things like, on her wedding day, she was happier than a seagull with a French fry. I've never once in my entire life, and I'm a native of Florida, said she was happier than a seagull with a French fry. In other parts of the country, saying that dog won't hunt means you have a defective dog, but in Georgia, it means the speaker is highly suspicious of what he or she has just been told. Yeah, that dog won't hunt is a phrase we used often in South Georgia. And in Illinois, a sawbuck refers to $10 in that state. Brewskis are what you spend your sawbuck on at the local bar. In Indiana, Hoosiers may be the team name for the state university, but it's best not to call a resident of the state a Hoosier because it's the equivalent of calling them a redneck, which by the way is an insult in only some cases. What the rest of us call a wedgie seems to have a softer sounding version in Iowa. They call it a snuggie. Yep, like the diapers. In Kansas, when you go into a KFC and order a bucket, it's a bucket of Yardbird. You know, how's that? Please pass mashed potatoes and a Yardbird. That doesn't sound right. In Kentucky, they have funny sayings like, I think your wig's a little loose. That translates into, what kind of nut are you anyway? They say quite a few things in Louisiana I don't understand, mostly because of the accent and the speed of the conversation. But one that perplexes her the most was, I'm going by your house later. Well, why just go by when you could stop on in? Yeah, that kind of, I'm gonna be going by your house later. Yeah, that sounds like you're just gonna pass the house. In Maine, it refers to all non-mariners, leaf peepers, people that are there to see the fall foliage. A chicken necker in Maryland is a tourist trying to catch crabs. Michigan, Jeez-O Pete is an expletive involving Jesus and St. Peter. They say some weird stuff in Minnesota. Buddy was talking about that the other day, but the rest of us add ish to a word that means sort of. Up there, they use it as a standalone word, yuckish or ew. Mississippi, when your mama doesn't like your friends, she'll tell you they don't have a lick of sense. She tells that in South Georgia, too. Montana, a spud muncher is what Montanans call people from Idaho. Nevada has its own name for the little guys that hang out on the street corner handing out little invitations to the strip shows in Las Vegas. They're called porn slappers. Those are the guys that snap those little cards to you. Oh, everybody knows what that is. Everybody said in New Jersey, they say down the shore instead of down to the shore. Quite a bit of Western slang is used in New Mexico, but with almost no trace of twang that usually goes with it. They also have interesting blend of English and Spanish, acceptable for both languages. Caracha is Spanglish for a lowrider car. New Yorkers like to be different, so they tend to say they are standing on line, not in line. North Carolinians will use a buggy at the grocery store. I don't know this one. Regardless of the meaning in other states, in Ohio, cornhole refers to a beanbag toss game. That's what it means here. It's a great game. So that's just some of the dialect. Language is so endearing to South Carolina, they have a nice way to say almost anything. Bless her little heart can mean they empathize with someone or they despise that person. bowhead is not a so polite way to describe a sorority girl. Yeah, I know that. The city we all call Nashville is becoming Nash Vegas to Tennesseans. So just some of the funny slang words that she found while doing the tour of the country. Some of them I understand, some of them I think everybody could use. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about two things that happened in Ocala yesterday. Neither one of them that good, and one of them kind of tragic. We'll talk about that next, right here on the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life, from everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz.
Hi, I'm State Farm agent Angie Lewis. Come see me and my team for all your insurance and financial needs in the beautiful downtown historic district, 416 East Fort King Street, or call 291-2444.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day, whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands. At Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time.
Fox News Radio. I'm Chris Foster. The bodies of two Louisiana National Guard soldiers have been recovered from the wreckage of a helicopter that crashed Tuesday night, killing 11 service members.
What began as a search and rescue operation along the Florida Panhandle has transitioned into a recovery effort. That, according to Colonel Monty Cannon, Vice Commander of the 96th Test Wing.
We have located the wreckage of the UH-60 Black Hawk. At this point, we are not hopeful for survivors.
Officials say it's still unclear whether dense fog at the time played a role in the crash.
Fox's Jonathan Seri. Police in Ferguson, Missouri are questioning people about the shooting of two police officers during protests last night. Attorney General Eric Holder.
I stand ready to offer the full investigative resources of the United States Department of Justice, the FBI, to solve this crime.
Those officers have been released from the hospital, one shot in the face, one in the shoulder. Fox News, we report. You decide.
I'm Lex Friedman. I run my own business, so I know from experience, hiring new employees can be tough. Posting your job in one place isn't enough to find quality candidates. If you want to find the perfect hire, you need to post your job on all the top job sites. And now you can. With ZipRecruiter.com, you can post your job to 50-plus job sites, including social networks like Facebook and Twitter, all with a single click. Find candidates in any industry nationwide. Just post once and watch your qualified candidates roll in to ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use interface. And with ZipRecruiter's premium traffic boost, you can get up to 3 times more candidates. Quickly screen applicants, rate them, and hire the right person fast. Find out why ZipRecruiter has been used by over 200,000 businesses. Right now, our listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free, plus get 30% off your first traffic boost by going to ZipRecruiter.com/info. That's ZipRecruiter.com/info. One more time, to try it for free, go to ZipRecruiter.com/.
Chip, you never cease to amaze me. What in the world are you building with all those sticks and cardboard?
Well, Mr. Marketing Guy, I'm making signs to announce the great lease offers at Ford Lincoln of Ocala and Village Ford of Bellevue.
Really? What do you plan on calling it?
Sign and Ride. Get it?
That's not how it works. Sign and Ride is all about fantastic lease offers on Fusions, Escapes, Fiestas, Explorers, and remaining 2014 Focuses.
Wait a minute. If I understand correctly, Sign and Ride would mean 0 down payment?
Right.
0 first month's payment?
Right again.
And 0 due at signing?
Now you're on the right track. Don't waste time. Head to Ford Lincoln of Ocala and Village Ford of Bellevue today and see how easy it can be to drive off in America's favorite brand.
And if you're planning to buy a new Ford, 0% financing for 72 months on select new 2015 Fords.
Whether you buy or lease, now's the best time to head to Ford Lincoln of Ocala or Village Ford of Bellevue, your family of Ford dealerships where we've got what it takes.
Not all buyers or models qualify for sign and ride offer or 0% financing. See dealer for complete details.
Pay your taxes, eat your vegetables, watch your weight, mow the lawn, clean the house. We all have stuff we don't want to do. Isn't it about time you did something you wanted to do? Like getting your pilot's license? At Ocala Aviation, they make it fun and easy, and you can start by taking one of their Discovery flights. For only $99, you get to go up in the airplane with an FAA-certified flight instructor and actually fly the plane yourself. It's a perfect way to see if flying is for you. And once you get that ultimate feeling of freedom, Ocala Aviation can train you to get your pilot's license. Ocala Aviation also offers commercial flight training for those looking to make a career change and enter the world of commercial aviation. Ocala Aviation is conveniently located at the Ocala International Airport. So if you're ready to start your adventure, stop by or give them a call today. 861-7484. That's 861-7484. You'll be glad you did. I know I am. Ocala Aviation. Call today. 861-7484.
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala. I'm Tom Schmitz, along for the first hour of the show. Buddy Martin will be coming to you live from Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood on the downtown square in the Brick City Beautiful of Ocala. Starting at 4 o'clock, Buddy will be on the front porch, Cindy's front porch at Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood. A couple stories overnight in Ocala. As I'm looking at Ocala.com, I came across these. A highly intoxicated man was hit by a car and critically injured late Wednesday night while attempting to cross East Silver Springs Boulevard. Johnny Graybill, who authorities say is homeless, had a blood alcohol level above 0.30, 4 times the limit of which a driver would be presumed to be impaired. Witnesses told police the 52-year-old man was stumbling around the area before the accident occurred. Graybill was seen sitting on the south sidewalk in the 3900 block of East Silver Springs Boulevard, also known as State Road 40, the Boulevard, however you want to look at it, just past Muni, past 36th. Graybill got up about 11:14. He got up and said it with his head down, stumbled into the street as if attempting to cross it. A witness called out to Graybill, telling him a car was coming. A 2015 Hyundai Elantra was traveling east toward him in the inside lane. Seeing the car, Graybill tried to run, apparently attempted to get out of the way. Instead of running away from, he ran towards the vehicle. He was hit, went into the windshield. Graybill then fell onto the ground. He was taken by ambulance to Ocala Regional Medical Center in critical condition. The driver of the Hyundai was not injured. Speed did not appear to be a factor in the crash, and the driver did not appear to be impaired. That's a dangerous road anytime, but when you're intoxicated, you never want to try to cross East Silver Springs Boulevard. Sad occurrence last night. And that's just, that'd be a tough one there. 11:15 at night, you're probably driving home from work. You probably work 3 to 11 shift. You're on your way home from work, and talk about your day ending bad. Also, this story, when are you so busy that you can't report a crime? I mean, especially at 1 o'clock in the morning. How busy can you be? Well, obviously the McDonald's at 75 and State Road 40 was so busy that they didn't even report an armed robbery attempt for more than an hour after it happened. An employee working a drive-thru at the restaurant on West State Road 40 got a small order, according to the police department. A dark blue four-door Toyota drove up to the window. The worker said 2 men were in the front seat. The driver, described as a thin white male wearing a beanie cap and a gray hoodie, asked him the price and was told $1.82. He then said, "How about you give me the cash register?" The stranger was holding a black handgun in his right hand, slightly above his legs. The firearm was pointed at the employee, according to the employee's statement. He said, "I froze. I didn't know what to do." After a few moments, the driver drove away. Police said the passenger was wearing an orange hoodie and had the seat reclined all the way back. The employee told police he reported the incident to his manager and returned to work. The manager on duty told an officer she didn't see the attempted robbery and that she tried to reach out to the store manager but couldn't get him. According to the report, she said the store was very busy and she didn't have time to contact OPD. After another attempt to reach the store manager, she called the police department at 2:21 to report the robbery. The manager was able to contact the district manager at 2:29, who told her she would come to the store at 8 a.m. Thursday to look at surveillance video. People have declined to speak about the case at the restaurant when people reached out today. If you got any information, call Crime Stoppers, 368-STOP. Are you kidding me? You're so busy. The manager on duty said, "Look, we were too busy. We couldn't stop and report that to the police." So what if he had a gun stuck in his face, aimed at him? Look, he was busy. Just move on. Keep it going. Are you kidding me? And the guy that got the gun pointed at him said, "I just reported it to my manager and went back to work." The manager said she didn't see the robbery, and the store was very busy at the time, and she didn't have time to contact the police. I mean, how busy must that McDonald's have been? I mean, what's the cutoff point? What's the point where you're so busy you don't report an attempted armed robbery to the police? We got 12 cars in the drive-thru. We ain't got time to call the police. They steal anything? No. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Wow. I mean, nobody got hurt, so we can laugh at it now. It's a very serious situation. That's an attempted armed robbery. That's a very serious situation. And for the employee to report it to a manager, and the manager go, "Look, we're busy right now. We ain't got time to call the police. Keep it moving." I'm not real sure I want anything to do with that McDonald's. There's a bill on the floor of the House in Florida, and I don't know how I feel about it. On one hand, it makes perfect sense to me, and on the other hand, don't tell me what I can do as an adult around my children. The Florida legislatures are debating whether parents should be allowed to smoke with their children in their own cars. A growing number of lawmakers are supporting the ideal. Senate Bill 548 would make it illegal to... Excuse me, some hay fever. Caught me right there in the middle of talking. A growing number of lawmakers are supporting the ideal. Senate Bill 548 would make it illegal to smoke if there are children 13 or younger in the car. Supporters argue that children exposed to secondhand smoke are facing an increased risk of illness. You have watery eyes, runny nose, and your throat can even feel like it's closed up. Kurt Gerke, American Lung Association spokesman, said. But that begs the question of, it's my car, it's my kids. I should be able to gauge the safety or non-safety of my children. Are you telling me that I know less about what's good for my children as a parent than a legislator does? This is a real iffy bill to me. And yes, I know I grew up in a time where we secondhand smoke was something you dealt with. It was just a part of life. You just had to deal with it. Might be why I got hay fever and all now. I don't know. But I don't like that the government is trying to pass a law to parent. It's not like they're setting a law about beating children or abandoning children or something. So let me get this right. Is it going to be, if you're in a car, you can't smoke a cigarette? So, and I know this takes it to real simplistic terms, but are you going to be allowed to have a kid 13 and under around a campfire if somebody accidentally throws a plastic Ziploc bag they've had at the picnic in the fire? It's just as bad a carcinogen. It's in the smoke that the kids are subjected to. And yes, I know before you start calling me, I know that I'm oversimplifying it. But once you start down the slope, where does it end? Do we just have kids and turn them over to the government and say, you raise them, you know it's better for them than I do as a parent? Do we really need the government to legislate what we should do? Do you think that all parents are out there saying, you know, I got my child's best interest at heart except when I'm smoking, and then I'll just kill them? Doesn't make much sense to me. Let's go to the phone lines. Hi, caller. Who's this?
You know something, my friend? I usually agree with you 100%. But there's no way you can differentiate between smoking and and beating your child or abusing your child. It's all terrible abuse.
So let me get this right. You're telling me smoking next to a child, smoking.
Fine. You're an adult, you make a decision. But we need to protect our children and keep them out of harm's way.
So let me get this right. How old are you, sir?
54.
54. Were you ever exposed to secondhand smoke as a child?
Yes, of course. That's why I developed asthma.
You think that's why you developed asthma? Do you have medical proof saying that's why you developed asthma?
Of course. Yeah, pulmonary specialists have said secondhand smoke caused my childhood asthma. Absolutely.
Okay. Do you have asthma now? Do you have asthma now?
Yeah, sure.
So okay. Well then, if you have proof of that, sue your parents. They abused you.
Listen, I don't need to sue my parents.
But your parents are terrible people. They abused you.
Secondhand smoke is unfiltered smoke, which is 10 times more dangerous than the person that's smoking. And to inflict that kind of damage on a child who's developing under 13 years of age is the worst kind of child abuse you can.
So you're telling me that smoking secondhand smoke is worse than chaining a child up, leaving it in the closet, and feeding it only every third or fourth day?
It's no different. You're creating long-term negative health effects on that child.
Well, sir, that is your opinion.
You can a child and you can feed the child, but if you destroy a child's lungs and heart and pulmonary system, that's a lifelong outcome.
Well, that's your opinion, and I disagree with it, and that's why this show is great and this country's great, because we can agree to disagree. Hey, thank you so much for your concern and your call. I appreciate it. He makes a valid point, I guess. I disagree with him. I don't think that it's the same thing, and I don't think the government should legislate it. I think that's a parent's decision to decide these things. I think that's a problem with government, is we get too involved with legislating raising children. But that's my opinion. And I will say this man that was on the phone just now probably has children. I don't have children, so I really can't speak except in my opinion. I can't say how my opinion may be different if I had children. We'll take one more call. Hi, caller. Who's this?
This will be Buddy Martin.
Hey, buddy. How are you? Oh, it is you.
Must be a hot show today.
Yeah, well, I had some people aggravated with me because I don't see where the government should regulate, whether somebody can smoke in their car or not if their kids are in the car. I think that should be just a parent should regulate that. The government shouldn't, but that's just my opinion.
Well, I won't keep up any time. I just wanted to report in that I'm here on the front porch of Cindy's, as you said. I'll have Matthew Wardell and Pamela Calero from the Symphony here. Talk about the new facility at the auditorium at the top of the hour, and then Gerald Orgel will come in and talk about, among other things, the Silver Springs International Film Festival. And by the way, the Gators beat Alabama in the first round of the SEC.
Wow. All right. Well, we got that to look forward to, buddy. So we'll get you on the other side of the hour break.
Talk to you later. All right.
Buddy Martin live from Cindy's Front Porch in downtown Ocala at Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap up hour number 1, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Time now to spiff up your bling for spring. Make your rings look brand new. Our master jeweler at Goss & Son will rhodium finish your rings for just $69.95, regular price $75. It's like waxing your car. It brings that shine back and looks all brand new all over again. So come see us. Our downtown location, Goss & Son Jewelers, serving you downtown for 65 years.
Guy Harvey Checking is now exclusively available at Gateway Bank. With Guy Harvey Checking, you will receive Gateway's premium checking account plus several other Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation features, including membership to the Guy Harvey Hammerhead Nation, free Guy Harvey t-shirt, and an exclusive Guy Harvey debit card. At Gateway Bank, we will make a $50 donation to the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation for every new account opened. This is just one more reason why people choose Gateway Bank. Sign up today for your exclusive Guy Harvey Checking account with Gateway. Details available at gatewaybankcfl.com, member FDIC.
Imagine yourself in a quaint bistro right in the heart of a charming French village about to indulge in real French cuisine. Located in beautiful, vibrant downtown Ocala, La Cuisine offers authentic French cuisine and wine from an award-winning menu. Patrice and Elodie moved to Ocala in 2009 because they fell in love with it. And you're going to fall in love with La Cuisine if you haven't already. La Cuisine offers a quick bite for lunch or a leisurely dinner in a comfortable and relaxed setting. So call La Cuisine of Ocala today at 352-433-2570. It's like a direct call to Paris.
Let's give it up for old asphalt and a new pair of shoes. Let's give it up for a good rhythm meeting a sweet melody. For a church cookout under clear skies. Let's give it up for good things coming together, like bundling your auto and other policies together with an Allstate agent, which can save you time and keep you better protected. Let's give it up for good.
To receive your comparative insurance quote, contact the McDonald Agency at 622-2333.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
On the next AM Ocala Live, we're going to learn about technology from Professor Gadget, owner of American Cable Services, Jim George.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then David N. Strange is coming on. He's an attorney, and he's written a book called A Conservative and Compassionate Approach to Immigration Reform.
Join Kelly Fuquay Hart and her guests on Ocala Magazine Radio.
And then Michael and Barbara Foster are coming on. They're both historians, and they're married, but they have an open marriage. They want to talk about it. They've written a book called The Confessions of a Librarian, a memoir of loves.
Mae McCarthy is an inspirational speaker. She's written a book called The Path to Wealth, 7 Spiritual Steps for Financial Abundance.
All of that plus fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Do your inhale and exhale for a count of 5. Repeat that a few times, and you'll feel the stress relief immediately. If you've ever wondered if the woman in your life is a mind reader, well, she is. It's not because she has supernatural powers. It's because women are a lot more intuitive than men, much better than us. If you like raw fish, get an order of sashimi. You get a good dose of protein for 1/3 the calories of a specialty roll.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala, wrapping up hour number 1. So, if you're the kind of person like me who holds the door open for women, or the sort of woman who expects him to. There's a new study out that says you may be actually participating in benevolent sexism. Experts say this type of sexism is harder to spot than hostile sexism we're more familiar with because it often masquerades as gallantry. It is typified by paternal and protective behavior from encouraging smiles to holding doors open. U.S. researchers have argued that while women may enjoy being showered with attention, benevolent sexism is insidious, and men who are guilty of it see women as incompetent beings who require their cherished protection. Professor Judith Halley of Northeastern University in Boston said, benevolent sexism is like a wolf in sheep's clothing that perpetuates support for gender inequality among women. These supposed gestures of good faith may entice women to accept the status quo in society because it actually looks welcoming, appealing, and harmless. Working with a male colleague, Professor Hall paired 27 men with women they had never met before and gave them a quiz game to play and time to chat afterwards. Unless sexism is understood on both sides, hostile and benevolent properties, the insidious nature of benevolent sexism will continue to be one of the driving forces behind gender inequality in our society, according to the professors. What? So me holding a door open is sexist now? Because it entices women to want it to be done so they can't do it for themselves, and it keeps them as keeps them not my equal? Who paid for this research? Critics have argued there's nothing wrong with men trying to protect women, as they usually the physically stronger sex. Jill Kirby, a writer on social policy, said there's time when it's very important for a woman to be protected. We should accept this and not seek to stamp out what is likely a good instinct on the whole. I can't believe that there's a study out that says me holding the door open for women and letting them go into a door first is a sexist act. Benevolent sexism. And it's insidious. Boy, I'm just a sexist because I hold doors open. Sorry. My bad. I'm going to continue to do it, so deal with it. Coming up next, live from Cindy's front porch at Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood, Buddy Martin, right here on the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Time now to spiff up your bling for spring. Make your rings look brand new. Our master jeweler at Goss & Son will rhodium finish your rings for just $69.95, regular price $75. It's like waxing your car. It brings that shine back and looks all brand new all over again. So come see us. Our downtown location, Goss & Son Jewelers, serving you downtown for 65 years. Nestled in the heart of horse country, just off I-75 exit 354, the award-winning and newly refreshed Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala invites you to pamper yourself in one of our comfy guest rooms. Enjoy our free and fast Wi-Fi, heated outdoor swimming pool, 24-hour fitness center, and our deluxe continental breakfast. Other on-site amenities include a restaurant, putt-putt golf, and a car wash. Go happy, go Hojo at the Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala.
Proud sponsor of College of Central Florida basketball on WOCA The Source.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to Ocus, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. Ocus, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
Stay with us and sleep better at the Sleep Inn and Suites of Ocala Bellevue, located next door to Don Garlett's Museum and a few minutes from Florida Horse Park. Our award-winning, newly refreshed Sleep Inn and Suites offers comfy, clean rooms, free fast Wi-Fi, and service with a smile. Start your day with a deluxe hot breakfast and unwind in our heated outdoor pool. Our convenient 24-hour fitness and business centers allow you to stay on track whether you're here to play or to work. That's Sleep Inn and Suites, Ocala Bellevue.
Proud sponsor of College of Central Florida basketball. Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige. It's all there in our name.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Real estate is the largest and most personal investment that any of us will ever make. Be sure to tune in Tuesdays at 10 a.m. when Bob Kennedy, owner of Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty, will be answering your questions and discussing real estate. So remember, that's Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Call 622-9622 with your questions. It pays to be an informed buyer or seller. This is news you can use from Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty and your friends here at WOCA.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
If you want to avoid getting ripped off and put more money in your pocket, then join me, Clark Howard, every weeknight at 6, right here on WOCA, The Source.
You're listening to WOCA, Ocala. Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Joe Chiaro.
This really disgusting and cowardly attack might have been intended to unravel any sense of progress that exists, but I hope that does not, in fact, happen.
Attorney General Eric Holder condemning the shootings of 2 police officers in Ferguson, Missouri. Authorities continue looking for suspects and are questioning people after converging on a home. The officers are out of the hospital after one was shot in the face, the other in the shoulder. The bodies of 2 soldiers have been recovered from a helicopter wreck off the Florida coast. The bodies of 2 others believed to still be inside.
We sent a diver down basically with a snorkel, and he could see from the depth of about 25 feet, he could see that was the helicopter.
Eglin Air Force Base Fire Chief Mark Giuliano. The crash Tuesday night killed 7 Marines and 4 soldiers. Poor weather conditions are hampering recovery efforts. Fox News, we report, you decide.
I'm Lex Friedman. I run my own business, so I know from experience, hiring new employees can be tough. Posting your job in one place isn't enough to find quality candidates. If you want to find the perfect hire, you need to post your job on all the top job sites. And now you can with ZipRecruiter.com. You can post your job to 50-plus job sites, including social networks like Facebook and Twitter, all with a single click. Find candidates in any industry nationwide. Just post once and watch your qualified candidates roll in to ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use interface. And with ZipRecruiter's premium traffic boost, you can get up to 3 times more candidates. Quickly screen applicants, rate them, and hire the right person fast. Find out why ZipRecruiter has been used by over 200,000 businesses. Right now, our listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free. Plus, get 30% off your first traffic boost by going to ZipRecruiter.com/info. That's ZipRecruiter.com/info. One more time. To try it for free, go to ZipRecruiter.com/info.
Yes, it's time again for Buddy Martin. Call him up and tell him what you're thinking. But be kind because he's doing the best he can.
I'm just sick of all the amateur stuff, you know? I mean, like, if I'm paying top dollar, I want a little production value, you know? Like some editing, transition, something, some music.
Don't worry. We didn't leave you.
You think he's gone? He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Our bosses say we gotta stay.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei. It's time for the second hour of The Voice of Ocala. Hoo-ah!
You ever come across anything like time travel?
Come on, stick around. It's free.
If you win, you win. If you lose, you still win.
Welcome now to the program. Joining in progress, I'm Buddy Martin. We're live on the front porch, Cindy's front porch. Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood here in beautiful downtown Ocala. A little bit toasty, but nonetheless, a nice day for it. If you're interested and you're in the neighborhood, drop by and have a little nibble on the front porch, and they have some great hors d'oeuvres. We'll do that probably later. And today we got a real good show lined up. I'm not going to sit here and run my mouth too much because the guests here are ready to go. You know them well. If you follow the symphony at all, and the latest orchestra, the home for the orchestra and the auditorium of the festival, the Riley Center, I believe it's called. Riley
Arts Center.
Riley Arts Center.
Yes.
That would be the voice of Pamela Calero, whose title is something like executive director, but can never get it right.
I don't even
That's
know.
it. That's it.
I don't
Did I
even
get it
know.
right? Yeah, that's perfect. How about Boss Lady? That's what I call
like
her.
that too.
Boss Lady, yeah, that works. And of course, the maestro himself, Matthew Wardell. Do you like people to call you Matthew or Matt? Well, I think I asked you.
Matt usually.
Matthew sounds like conductor, though.
Yeah, well, but it also sounds like I'm in trouble. You know, when I hear Matthew, it's my mother or my wife. But if I hear Matthew, then I know, uh-oh.
What's your middle name?
James.
Then you hear Matthew James, you know you're in trouble.
That's big time.
Yeah, that's how everybody is. I'll tell you, my name is Wilton Francis.
Wilton Francis?
Really?
Yes.
I love the name
Francis. I wish I would have gone with that early in life. Actually, I went with Wilton for a while, and then I changed schools, and they said, what do you want to be called? I said, they call me Buddy at home. Okay, Buddy. There I am, Buddy. So,
you know, when I changed schools, as I moved from Tennessee to Florida, and first day of 7th grade, and the first teacher in the first period said, this is your opportunity. If you want to be called something other than in the grade book, you let me know today. So she went through the whole class. She got to me and said, Matthew Wardell. I said, yes. She goes, do you go by Matthew? And I said, I've been thinking about it. I'm at the end of the period. I said, people call me Alf. I don't know why I came up with this name, Alf. What? I used to love the show Alf. So I said, people call Alf, A-L-F, like Alf. So she said, okay. You know, and then that was it. So in all my middle school yearbooks, it's Alf, have a good son. Oh, the word. So I still run into people today, and they'll say, hey, Alf. And it takes me a second. I go, oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, I can see it right now. Now here is the maestro of the Symphony Orchestra. Alf Matthew James Wardell.
That's it.
What's your middle name?
Beth. It's
Beth.
Beth.
For Elizabeth or just Beth?
Just Beth.
Okay, nice.
It's pretty simple, boring.
Very good. So, yeah, anyway, I don't know how we got on that subject, but nonetheless, we're here to talk music and talk about the Symphony Orchestra, the new home. And I think of all the projects we've had in the county in the last few years, this gets more people's juices flowing than most, because it's such a great enterprise for the community and for the private sector. Sure. And, of course, in cooperation with the city, which is a perfect blend of how I think to get things done. If you can get the people involved with the city, it kind of is the checks and balances, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, one of the, before I almost said Beth, but before Pamela came on board,
Right, Al?
which I should not have told that story. But before she came on board, she was with the city, and that was one of the things that we saw going forward. I mean, working with the city, just like you mentioned, a good mix of private and city government together, I think you get the best result. And that's where Pam has been such an asset to us, helping us navigate some of those governmental waters and all, but also just getting that relationship going, because to do the things that we want this community to do, and you do a lot, buddy, you know what I'm talking about, you need both. We need the private sector, but we need the city, and the only way this stuff's going to get done is when we work together. And I think you're right. This project really is, to me, sort of the perfect mix of those two things working together.
Mm-hmm.
So we're
like the things that bubble up, that bubble up,
Yeah.
and people get excited about it. And then not to shift the subject, but the Marion Theater, I'm proud to say, made money last month.
Awesome.
And, you remember, it's only been 3.5 years ago that they both at the city council voted to basically impose it down, let it go.
Right.
Yep.
So, and the poor auditorium was dead in the water.
Yeah.
It was going to be blown up, torn down, whatever, and it lives.
Yeah.
And what I'm excited about this, and I told someone the other day talking about it with them, is I know you have told me, you taught me this about music and the site where you play the music, and not just the acoustics, but the spirits of the building.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, as you said, when you played, I can never pronounce it, I call it Nosferatu, I'm sure it's
That works.
in Marion Theater. He even said that you had a different kind of feeling about it.
Right.
I'm excited for this. We'll shift over to the project in a minute, but I just have a vision of you on opening night, standing up there in your, I guess it'll be a black tux, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Well, depends on what time.
Yeah.
Black tux, with your wand up there and you're like this, get ready to get the downbeat, and to hear this sound come out of this group.
Yeah.
And to hear it resonate in the building and thinking, it's new life.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
No, it's funny you say that, because we've been there through the different, even the minor, constructions take place and demolition in there. And just yesterday, it's opened up and we stepped inside, and exactly, there's a spirit in there. You can feel this is going to be something that's cool. This is going to be something that people want to come out to. This is something we're excited about, and we want everyone else to be excited too. So that's exactly right.
Now, what Pamela really means, though, is she got scared because she heard some sounds coming from one of the clusters of rubble.
The spirits are there.
Yeah.
We need to go down with candles about 2 o'clock in the morning sometime.
Yeah.
Walk around and
That'd be
conjure up the spirits. What do you think?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
And see what you got going on. Maybe Halloween or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so I know we probably need to cover this again, because although we think everybody knows everything,
Right.
we have the rule of 7 now in our Marion Theater group.
Right.
It's like until you say it the 7th time, people don't hear it.
Yep.
So you got to repeat yourself so many times as you have. But again, this is the Tuscaloosa Park. This is the old auditorium.
Right.
This is the building that, it's going to be a home of the symphony and other concerts, as I understand it. It's going to have an outdoor stage as well as an indoor. And the refurbishing is done. And I'm assuming that a lot of the decor will stay, but obviously a lot of new stuff will be involved. How involved have you been in that part of it?
We've been part of that from day one. I mean, literally, from sort of setting out a vision for the building to once we selected our architects and our construction guys, going through and saying every decision. What's going to be on the floor here? What can we keep? What do we do with the old windows? What do we do here? We've been along in that process, so we feel almost too familiar with what's going on there in a way. And I can tell you things about concrete and windows and sound values and our values and things that didn't expect to know, but we're excited about, but you hit it right on the head. We're taking the building's original intent, and that was a gathering place and a performance space, and enhancing that and doing some things that modern folks want. Like instead of having a flat gym floor, we're going to have sort of theater style seating. Instead of having okay acoustics, we're going to have great acoustics that have been studied by an acoustician and all these kind of things. But we're trying to preserve the intent of the building more than anything. When you get in, and you know this from working with the theater, when you get into strict historical preservation, it's very difficult, because you think if we took the Marion Theater and put it exactly the way it was in 1945, may not be as useful to us today as it was to folks in 1945.
41, I'm sorry, 41.
Okay, which is the same year the auditorium opened, by the way. So it was started in 36 and then opened in 40.
Right.
But if you put it right back to 1941, we may not be able to get as much use of it as we are right now. Because so with the auditorium, we've done the same thing. We've tried to find a plan that keeps the intent of the building. Certainly the outside's going to look phenomenally, Art Deco, beautiful, lit, all these incredible things. But on the inside, we've made some changes that are going to help this building be relevant to our community today.
Right. All right, that's Alf, also known as Matthew Wardell, and Beth, who also known as Pamela Clara from the Symphony. We're going to take a break. Come back. We'll focus on how you make this thing work and what it takes. It takes money, and you have to get people to write checks. And I know, Pamela, you've been studying that art of that. And it's hard to get money for it sometimes, and people have got to see what it's going for, and they want to do well, but you have to ask.
Right.
To me, the ask is the most difficult thing. So we'll talk to you about that. We'll also talk about, let's look at the timetable. How far out are we? What's going to happen? And how close is this to a reality? All coming up next with Alf and Beth, right here on the Voice of Ocala, located on Sunday's Front Porch in downtown Ocala. Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood. I see the mayor. The old mayor is here. Darrell Ergel. All right, Tom.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, live and local. The Source.
Does osteoarthritis bring frustration with every step? Do pain and stiffness affect your everyday activities? If so, you may be interested in a research study for the treatment of pain associated with osteoarthritis. Rinstar Medical Research is conducting a research study of an investigational medication for individuals between the ages of 40 and 75 and who have been treated for the pain associated with osteoarthritis for at least 3 months. Qualified participants will receive study-related medical care and investigational medication. Compensation for time and travel will be provided. To learn more about this osteoarthritis study, please call Rinstar Medical Research in Ocala at 352-629-5800. Again, that's 352-629-5800. Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant. Whenever you're searching for an attorney, you want somebody with knowledge who has a commitment to our community and our state. Such is the case with Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer. In everything from car and other motor vehicle accidents, work accidents, personal injury, and wrongful death cases. Daniel L. Hightower also handles Social Security disability and bankruptcy. Call him today at 352-629-7777 or check out danhightower.com. Daniel L. Hightower, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976. Time now to spiff up your bling for spring. Make your rings look brand new. Our master jeweler at Goss & Son will rhodium finish your rings for just $69.95, regular price $75. It's like waxing your car. It brings that shine back and looks all brand new all over again. So come see us. Our downtown location, Goss & Son Jewelers, serving you downtown for 65 years.
Johnny, what are you doing in the bathroom? What are you saying? Wait, where are your toy cars? Oh no, tell me you didn't. Honey, call Mike Scott Plumbing.
I didn't do anything.
For once that's true, but little Johnny flushed his toys down the toilet and now it's broke.
Yes. Oh no. I'll get the phone. What's the toll-free number?
866-314-4443.
Got it. 866-314-4443.
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, they do it. At Mike Scott Plumbing, from the moment you walk through the doors, it's evident that quality is key. From our fully stocked parts department to our fully trained service technicians who can help with anything from a clogged drain to your irrigation system, and even servicing your entire septic system. Visit one of our beautiful showrooms in Hernando or in Wildwood and let us show you how to turn your kitchen and bath dreams into reality. Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
The new Cricket Wireless on East Silver Springs Boulevard on the corner of Bonnie Heath and State Road 40 is having a grand opening this Saturday. Stop by for the plan with unlimited talk, text, and data for $35 a month after a $5 credit with autopay and no silly annual contracts. With over 97% of Americans covered. Plus, the new Cricket Wireless will donate all activation fees this Saturday to Vets Helping Vets. That's the grand opening this Saturday at the new Cricket Wireless on East Silver Springs Boulevard on the corner of Bonnie Heath and State Road 40. The new Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
Back to the Voice of Ocala on the front porch. Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood with Pamela Calero, also known as Beth.
Mm-hmm.
And for the band will show over more be known as Alf. He really regrets telling his story. Matthew Wardell, the conductor of the Ocala Symphony Orchestra. Hey, very important point to get in before we get crushed for time, which you might.
Mm-hmm.
You had during the break. This is not something just owned and operated and used by the symphony itself.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Right. This facility, like you said, not just for the symphony. We are renting it out, and we're actually going to be putting on other performances that are not just symphony related. So other performances, other comedians, civic speakers, special performances, and also people can rent this facility out for weddings, birthdays, graduations. We have a 736-seat main stage auditorium, a founders club that has a bar, tables can be set up. And then our lobby will just be fantastic for perfect setting for a pre-event with high top tables, cocktails, anything that you'd like. It's a great space, and Matt, tell a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I mean, our vision when we sat down 3 years ago to think about could we work, it had to be sustainable, and I love the orchestra, obviously. But the reality is in an orchestra's wildest dreams, we might be in there 30 or 40 nights a year, which leaves some 300-odd nights left for things to be happening. So we knew from the get-go that it had to be a building that was used by a lot of different people for a lot of different things. So we set it up that way, and talking about that design as we were earlier, and making sure we're making choices that work for a lot of different things that aren't just narrowly focused. And so I think, like Pam said, the building itself is going to be phenomenal for, I'm seeing political debates in there. I'm seeing comedians and, of course, music, rock music, symphony music, whatever it takes. Boxing.
Actually,
they've had wrestling in there, right?
Yes, they have.
Mm-hmm.
So,
matter of fact, what you're doing is you're repeating history of 60, 70 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we want. Because that's what the building was in 1941.
Right.
When you were growing up around there and in Tuscaloosa Park and had your graduation and all that there, the building was used for a lot of different things. And
yeah, that was a little full about graduation, but nonetheless, the point.
Well, no, I mean,
yeah, but no, you're exactly. My dad was. We had a friend who wrote the wrestling.
Right.
Hal Davis, who's a local guy. Anyway,
I was broadcasting from across the street. Is that right?
He did do some broadcasting at WTMC. That old building there was the first radio station and only radio station in Ocala.
Yeah.
He didn't do too much because he was a newspaper guy, but he started his radio career right there.
Wow.
So he has a lot of history on it. Used to be owned by the Gosses.
Oh,
matter of fact, they bought it years later. Yeah, it's all kind of connections. Anyway, I don't get too caught up in all that old stuff that Gerald's coming on, and all we know to do is talk about old stuff. So, who's Riley? I mean, I've met him, but tell people who Riley is.
He is one of our donors, and he's been a longtime supporter of the symphony, but he's our largest donor to the project.
I figured that. He gets the name of the building, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he would be mad if I talked too much about him, but I'll tell you this about him.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the most humble, understated guys I've ever met. When we asked him to help fund the project, it didn't take long for him to say that, he would do that. What took the longest was convincing him to let us put his name on the building. And it's hard to believe that. If you're going to give that much money and get a project, it's almost a $3 million project when we throw in all the bells and whistles. And for him to do as significant of a gift as he did, and then sort of back away from being named after him, I thought was great. But he's a wonderful friend of ours, and hopefully someone will be with a long time.
He comes over and sits at that table sometimes. He sits in there a lot, so I met the gentleman, and he's you might have introduced me, but he's the very kind of guy you wanted to have his name on the bill.
Absolutely.
Because it's not for ego. He didn't want it on there.
Exactly.
That's the person you want. So, all right, so now we're counting it down now. We got some more. How much more money are you trying to raise?
It's unlimited. I mean, we'll never
I'm hesitant to put a cap on it. Here's the thing. Once we reach the amount that we need to finish basic construction, we need so many more things like Matt said, the bells and whistles to really make this place over the top.
And then we want it to be sustainable long term.
Exactly.
Just like the Marion Theater and others, like we want this project to work. So we're hoping to start a maintenance fund so that when things do happen, we've got it covered. We don't have to go, like you said earlier, that partnership between the city and us. We don't want to have to go to the city every 2 years and say, hey, can you do this? Can you do this? That's not what we want.
I can tell you how to make it all that happen. That's what we did to Marion Theater. Get Gerald Ergel in his truck, and everything else, you've heard of 2 men in a truck, but just 1 man in the truck.
Gerald in his truck.
Gerald Ergel, he'll make it all happen, and if you ever get in trouble, he's the man you want to call, for sure.
Yeah.
He's involved.
So we'll count it down here now. How many days approximately before you think this is going to be completed?
October 1, but we're going to have an opening at the end of October.
Yeah, our big opening concert.
Opening concert.
Probably October 24th.
Do you know who it is yet? Have you announced it?
I think it's October 24th, and the Symphony's going to do a big gala-type concert.
Oh.
We've got some pretty special guests that are going to be joining us. I don't want to announce it yet, but some pretty cool people. And not yet. And I got to get them to sign a line first, and then we'll talk about it. But we're going to have a pretty big concert, and then the rest of the fall season's pretty packed. We've got Phantom of the Opera coming. We've got a couple of other outside, more pop music type things going on, and some other runs.
Jamie Pope ought to have something. She's always got something to cut.
Oh, yeah.
We talk to her all the time.
I've talked to her about that, and this place is perfect for one of the city's concerts because it's an intimate setting, it's air conditioned, and it's the perfect spot in Tuscaloosa. And like I said, we hold 736 people inside, and then we have the outside stage, which I think will also be really conducive to a lot of things. So
now let me ask the obvious question that I've probably asked you 10 times before, but for people, you're a very young man, and you've been here how many years now?
It's going on 6.
6 years, and now got this beautiful building you're putting on. Now, what if Boston comes calling?
Yeah. Well, Boston's been there a few hundred years, so they can wait a couple more. I really want to see this project prosper and do well. And right now, Pam and I talk about it all the time. I mean, Pam grew up in Ocala. I didn't have that luxury, but I visited Ocala. I used to go to Silver Springs all the time as a child, so I know. I feel like
I can make him honorary.
Yeah, I feel like I know Ocala.
So yeah, all right.
I love it here, and I was actually talking to a friend of mine, Frank Hennessy, a few years ago, and Frank's got some connections in Boston and some other places, and I was saying, Frank, could you put in a word for me here or there? And he goes, Matt, I would happily do that, but what I'd also like to see is you really invest in where you're at right now. And he told me that probably 3 years ago, right around the time we started this project. And I'll never forget that. And what I've seen for me personally is the more I've invested here, the more I've seen success elsewhere. Next year I'm teaching at UF, and there's some other things going on, and that's all happening because of what we're doing here. And so for me, I'm happy here. I love it. My wife loves it. She's going to be a nurse practitioner here next year and some other stuff. So it's exciting for us. So
that's great wisdom.
Yeah.
I believe that's called organic. But I mean, it all comes together naturally. Yeah. And you're right. You do invest, and the more you invest and commit, and the more things happen beyond expectations.
Yeah.
That the more people I've interviewed, and I'm working on a book right now, same thing. More people have told me the same thing. Successful people, they don't plan things; they just happen to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing. They think the smartest people in the world have it all laid out. Yeah. Guess what? It almost never happens like they get it laid out.
No.
It always happens another way. Yeah. My late father always said he wanted to write a book one day called The Turn of a Leaf, which is a leaf turning over can change the world.
Yeah.
The small things that can happen. Like you saying to your 7th grade teacher, you want to go up a house.
Yeah.
That was a building block in your formation.
That's my strange side.
I got to say, I won't teach you about it anymore. Right. Now I'm like bullying and stuff. I
can't imagine you being a bully. But.
No, I was the one the bullies picked on. What do you mean?
There you go.
Yeah. But so I know it's exciting. I know. Have you given yourself the luxury of kind of like peeking ahead, thinking, that visioning thing going on? Like, okay, I can see it. The lights are up. Your footlights are up.
Yeah.
Tapping the, what do you call the thing you tap?
Baton?
No, when you tap it on a lectern or something. Or,
Oh, yeah, a little baton.
yes. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
You see that?
That's the way this process started. I talked to Pamela about this. We talk about all the steps in between. Skip all those. Go to that first night.
Yeah.
Go to what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
Put all the people sitting there. Buddy and Gerald will be in the front because they're the biggest. They'll be the biggest donors by that.
I'll be out to that saying, can you hear it from here?
Yeah. But imagining that space lit up, imagining the people outside coming and parking and happy and holding hands and trolleys taking people from Mark's down there and Harry's and Sushi Bistro and this whole deal. I mean, envisioning that was how it started, and so I think about it every day.
Such an important thing. And our buddy Gerald Ergel knows Dan, knows the former city councilman who used to stand alone. He always said, where there is no vision, people perish.
Yeah.
And you need to have that vision, and that's a great vision to hold on to. I know it gets you excited, gets me excited, and Pamela, just get it paid for, will you?
Yeah.
So we can go.
I'm trying.
The man's got to have a place to play, okay?
Yeah.
So, listen, thanks so much for coming down and sharing. It's always good to see you. I do want to get over, please, and have a chance to see it. You had your opening, you've opened it.
Groundbreaking last Friday.
That went well, I
Great
assume.
turnout. We were really thankful for all the support from the community, a lot of good people, and so we're excited to share it with everyone else.
All right, 10 seconds. How do they get a hold of you?
Oh, OcalaSymphony.com or 352-351-1606.
Thank you.
Call us anytime for tour.
Yes,
Anybody.
anytime.
Thank you. Great. Pamela Calero, and I won't say the word anymore, Matthew Wardell. Thank you very much. Coming up next, Gerald Ergel joins us to talk about, guess what? Silver Springs International Film Festival coming up right here on
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life, from everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz.
Hi, I'm State Farm agent Angie Lewis. Come see me and my team for all your insurance and financial needs in the beautiful downtown historic district, 416 East Fort King Street, or call 291-2444.
Nestled in the heart of horse country, just off I-75 exit 354, the award-winning and newly refreshed Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala invites you to pamper yourself in one of our comfy guest rooms. Enjoy our free and fast Wi-Fi, heated outdoor swimming pool, 24-hour fitness center, and our deluxe continental breakfast. Other on-site amenities include a restaurant, putt-putt golf, and a car wash. Go happy, go Hojo at the Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala.
Proud sponsor of College of Central Florida basketball on WOCA The Source.
Guy Harvey Checking is now exclusively available at Gateway Bank. With Guy Harvey Checking, you will receive Gateway's premium checking account, plus several other Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation features, including membership to the Guy Harvey Hammerhead Nation, free Guy Harvey t-shirt, and an exclusive Guy Harvey debit card. At Gateway Bank, we will make a $50 donation to the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation for every new account opened. This is just one more reason why people choose Gateway Bank. Sign up today for your exclusive Guy Harvey checking account with Gateway. Details available at gatewaybankcfl.com, member FDIC.
Fox News Radio, I'm Joe Chiaro.
This really disgusting and cowardly attack might have been intended to unravel any sense of progress that exists, but I hope that does not, in fact, happen.
Attorney General Eric Holder condemning the shootings of 2 police officers in Ferguson, Missouri. Authorities continue looking for suspects and are questioning people after converging on a home. The officers are out of the hospital after one was shot in the face, the other in the shoulder. The bodies of 2 soldiers have been recovered from a helicopter wreck off the Florida coast. The bodies of 2 others believed to still be inside.
We sent a diver down basically with a snorkel, and he could see from the depth of about 25 feet, he could see that that was the helicopter.
Eglin Air Force Base Fire Chief Mark Giuliano. The crash Tuesday night killed 7 Marines and 4 soldiers. Poor weather conditions are hampering recovery efforts. Fox News, we report, you decide.
I'm Lex Friedman. I run my own business, so I know from experience, hiring new employees can be tough. Posting your job in one place isn't enough to find quality candidates. If you want to find the perfect hire, you need to post your job on all the top job sites. And now you can. With ZipRecruiter.com, you can post your job to 50-plus job sites, including social networks like Facebook and Twitter, all with a single click. Find candidates in any industry nationwide. Just post once and watch your qualified candidates roll in to ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use interface. And with ZipRecruiter's premium traffic boost, you can get up to 3 times more candidates. Quickly screen applicants, rate them, and hire the right person fast. Find out why ZipRecruiter has been used by over 200,000 businesses. Right now, our listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free. Plus, get 30% off your first traffic boost by going to ZipRecruiter.com/info. That's ZipRecruiter.com/info. One more time. To try it for free, go to ZipRecruiter.com/info.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
On the next day on Ocala Live, we're going to learn about technology from Professor Gadget, owner of American Cable Services, Jim George.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then David N. Strange is coming on. He's an attorney, and he's written a book called A Conservative and Compassionate Approach to Immigration Reform.
Join Kelly Fuquay-Hart and her guests on Ocala Magazine Radio.
And then Michael and Barbara Foster are coming on. They're both historians, and they're married, but they have an open marriage. They want to talk about it. They've written a book called The Confessions of a Librarian, a memoir of loves.
Mae McCarthy is an inspirational speaker. She's written a book called The Path to Wealth, 7 Spiritual Steps for Financial Abundance.
All of that plus fun with Joe on the next day in Ocala Live, right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
As is the custom, usually when mayors and former mayors come on the show now, we kind of have a rule. Like on Wednesdays when we have the sitting mayor, he usually brings coffee. It's called Coffee with the Mayor, and it's kind of implied that actually, who is a mayor or called mayor would bring coffee. And you kind of hoping for that, but you never know. And it looks like there's no coffee today with the Mayor Ergel, so we'll just have to do the best we can without him right now. But we would like to welcome him to the show. And Gerald, how are you?
I'm doing great, buddy. It's always good to be here.
Good to see you again. We haven't done this in a while.
It has. It's been a long time. Yeah. I tell you, retired people, they tend to get busy. So you call me of a morning and wonder if I can be on after this, and you got to book me further than that.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, I've shut out the last 4 or 5 times I tried.
Hey, but it's always good to be here.
Good to have you, Gerald. And so many things happening in our community. You're such a part of so many of those things. And if I haven't lately, I want to thank you again for all you do for our community. And you didn't just serve a few years as mayor and councilman and then go hide someplace. You're here all the time. You're downtown. You're active and involved in so many activities, and the Boys and Girls Club, and the Save the Marion, and now you're is it president of the
chairman of the foundation,
Film Festival Foundation.
Yeah, the Ocala Film Foundation.
Yeah, the one that puts on the Source International Film Festival. And so I see you there, but you don't have a little talk because you're running a real tight ship. Yeah. So, but good to see you. And I thought it'd be good for us at the limited time we have here in this next few minutes to kind of catch Ocala up. We had Greg on Monday,
right?
And talking about Greg Thompson with Tom. He had him on and talks about this. And Tom, you might want to join the conversation. But I think the key is that there's a sense of urgency that this thing is just 3 weeks away, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's coming.
It's on the way. It's here.
Yeah, it's here. And so we're talking. So let me ask the basic questions. I got a call from my wife yesterday. It says, I have 2 friends who don't know where to buy their tickets. I said, I think you can go online and buy them, but I'm not 100% sure.
You can. You can go to SSIFF, which is the website.
Yeah.
And you can go right there and buy your tickets for all of the different activities that's going on.
She said, well, we don't want all the activities. So I'll have to find out. What do you want? I don't want the dinner, and I want whatever.
Yeah, you can buy. Well, of course, if you want to do everything, you have what we call the dive-in pass,
right?
Which is $250, and that includes everything that goes on.
Right.
And then
per person.
Yes, per person. Yeah. And then from there, you can go to the dinner, which is closing night ceremony.
How much that's priced at?
The dinner for that, I think, is I believe it's $75 per person and $135 or $25 for a couple.
Well, I didn't mean to catch you off guard.
Yeah.
But I realized that me, a member of the board, I wouldn't even afford to tell my wife, here's the ticket price. So again, you and I, Tito, always talk about you got to keep telling people what's going on. So tell us what's going on.
Okay. Well, opening night. Opening night, as you know, last year we had what we're trying to do with opening nights is have movies that were basically filmed in Ocala, Marion County. And of course, most of those are old movies, so that's kind of fun.
Especially for us old people.
Yeah, that's right. Last year, of course, we did The Creature, which was great fun. We had a good time for that. This year, we're doing Cross Creek, which starred Mary Steenburgen.
Oh, that's your neck of the woods, or outside.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And so that opening night, there'll be a couple of seminars. There'll be a seminar before, which is earlier in the afternoon. And then opening night, there'll be a reception down at the Brick. All ticketed. You buy your ticket for opening night, and you go to the reception at the Brick. And then at 8 o'clock, we'll all move down to the theater for the movie. Then Thursday night, that's Wednesday night. Thursday night, there will be another big reception. That's an invitation only because it's by a prime sponsor, First Avenue Bank. They're having a big reception at the Brick on Thursday night. Friday night is, what is Friday night?
Well, last year was a dinner. This year we're not having that. There was a strolling dinner last year.
That's right. We didn't have we're not going to have the strolling dinner this year. There'll be another reception at the Brick that's open to the public, and the youth organization is having a reception on the patio. Then Saturday night is the big dinner in the street, the longest table, and the awards ceremony. That'll all take place on Saturday night in the street, out in front of the theater, and then after dinner, then we'll have the band, and we'll have big dance and everything out in the street.
Yep.
That's Saturday night, and then Sunday will be the best of the best, which is showing all of the award-winning movies for the week.
It's a little difficult to get the word out to people, the general public, about what movies are really, really good, because they don't have an instant review of them. So they come down, they have to kind of pick and choose, either go to the shorts or go to the local, Fresh Squeeze, which is the local film made, and it's a little difficult. But I guess the thing I'm trying to say here is that it's the festivity that we're talking about here.
Yeah. Well, if you're really, of course, I mean, we want people to be interested in the movies because that's the reason the producers and directors submit them to the festival.
But when you go to a movie, how do you pick your movie?
Well, and Greg's working on this now. He's trying to assemble all the movies that are actually going to be in the festival. Yeah. And when they go on the website, then there'll be a critique of the movie on the website. Yeah. So, by the end of next week, you'll be able to go there and you can look and see, I want to see, the moon shining over spar, and you can see what that's about, you know. So there will be an opportunity for them to check those things out and find out which ones they want. Did Greg tell you about the big fine that we got on the equine movies?
No, but I don't know whether Tom was there not hearing wrestling around. He had him on Monday. I'm not sure. I didn't get a chance to hear it.
Okay.
I was out of town, but you go ahead and tell us.
There's an equine film festival in New York called Equus, and Greg was able to work with them, and they are actually sending their movies down here to have them entered in our festival, which is a huge, huge deal. And one of those films is actually going to be a world premiere. And the title of that is, Greg was telling me, is Talking to the Air. And they are actually bringing the producers, directors, and everyone from L.A., France, and Portugal are going to come and be here for the opening of that movie, which is huge. I mean, that's great for us that the second year in, we can actually get a world premiere movie.
It is nice.
Yeah.
A lot of good reviews from people who came last year, but we are a fledgling film festival, and we have to get the word out to everybody, let them know, again, the simple things like the date, April 8th to the 12th, telephone number to call, 352 if you're outside the area, 433-1933. If you want to know about tickets for the Silver Springs Fest, you can also go to SSIFF if you want to.
Right.
Pull it up, silverspringsfest.com, and they'll give you the tickets, prices, and various things. Got short films, feature films, documentaries, student films, special interest films are going to be shown here. And Greg pointed out something in our meeting last week, that all the things that went on in Syria, which is, of course, a hotbed for terrorism right now, whatever, and last year we had a film on the war inside Syria when there had been very little known about it.
Absolutely.
The networks didn't have much on it.
Yeah.
But people from Syria submitted the film to our film fest. It was just getting it out of the country, getting it here was.
I was going to say, and to make that even more interesting, he couldn't just mail the DVD from over there. I mean, it had to be basically smuggled out of the country on finger. You know more about that. On, what do you call them? Thumb drives and that kind of stuff. And so it was interesting, and it was quite. It was fortunate that we were able to get it here.
Yeah. Well, again, 67 films, 17 countries, 14 U.S. states. Going to be a Florida division, fresh squeeze, some student films. Got some good young student producers here. Seminars with people, leading people. Mark Emery and others will be there talking about it. If you want to be in the films or you want to be in the movie business, good time to come. Lots of events downtown, including the great dinner on Saturday night, which, of course, I think is really the highlights of the dinner itself. So
I was just talking to Greg, and he said he is amazed how much interest he's already getting from the producers and directors of the films that have been submitted. There, he said there are actually going to be a lot of them will be coming to town this year.
Good, because last year my wife sat next to a professor from North Carolina who teaches films in North Carolina, and he had just been to the Palm Beach Festival. Now, Palm Beach is a rich community.
Sure, absolutely.
They have a lot of culture there, a lot of things going on. You think they have a jam up a film festival?
Right.
He came and told Joni. He said, "I just got back from yesterday from Palm Beach. I can't tell you how much better this film festival is than what they have in Palm Beach."
Right.
So that's pretty good for a young film festival starting out, right?
Well, and two, Wendy McKenna was here last year, who was she was one of the nuns in the Sister Act, and she does recurring roles on NCIS. And I talked to her before she left last year, and she said, "I have enjoyed this festival more than any festival I've ever been to." And she said, "I will be back." Well, we just got confirmation this past week that she's coming, and also her husband, Bob Krakauer, who is one of the world's foremost acting coaches. You can go to his website. He's most of the big boys and girls. He's coached them. So it's great to have him in town.
Right. Stick around for a second. We want to have you play Fake or Factoid, and I think Tom's got a soundbite there from our current mayor. Do you have that, Tom?
No, I was unable to get it, buddy. The computer.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, we'll just talk about what Kent Glenn sounds the most excited I've heard him in a long time on the show on Wednesday. We'll talk about that.
A lot of good stuff.
Well, you can share that with us, and you ready to Tom on the Fake or Factoid?
I'm ready.
Okay. He may not be up to it, but I know you're ready.
I'm ready.
Take a break. We'll return to Cindy's Front Porch right here. What's the matter, Tom? You afraid?
No, I just know that it's getting real close to the early bird special, and Gerald is, at his age, he gets to those things,
Oh,
Watch it.
Trash talk there.
Watch it, Tom. Watch it, Tom.
I believe it. You got to remember that Gerald also still was a deputy sheriff and still has his handcuffs. Just remember that part, all right? And his gun, by the way. So,
I have my permit, Tom.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's see who gets this shootout going here. It's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing to call it shootout. But anyway, the contest coming up. Hotly contested. Gerald Argel and Tom Schmitz, the Terminator, next on Faker Factoid. We're live from the front porch, Cindy's front porch, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood, downtown Ocala. Stay tuned, too.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Stay with us and sleep better at the Sleep Inn and Suites of Ocala Bellevue, located next door to Don Garlett's Museum and a few minutes from Florida Horse Park. Our award-winning, newly refreshed Sleep Inn and Suites offers comfy, clean rooms, free fast Wi-Fi, and service with a smile. Start your day with a deluxe hot breakfast and unwind in our heated outdoor pool. Our convenient 24-hour fitness and business centers allow you to stay on track whether you're here to play or to work. That's Sleep Inn and Suites Ocala Bellevue.
Proud sponsor of College of Central Florida basketball.
Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige, it's all there in our name. If you need a sign or a banner for your yard or your business or your campaign, I'd recommend you go to Signs Unlimited at 318 South Magnolia in Ocala. Screen printing, embroidery, digital graphics. Do what I did when we needed signs for the Save the Marion Theater Group. Go see Vic Buttermore at Signs Unlimited if you want quality work with a fast turnaround from somebody who is deeply committed to his community and always ready to assist you. There's a reason Vic's slogan is, it's our business to make your business better. Sign up for Signs Unlimited. Call 732-7341 today.
Nestled in the heart of horse country, just off I-75 exit 354, the award-winning and newly refreshed Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala invites you to pamper yourself in one of our comfy guest rooms. Enjoy our free and fast Wi-Fi, heated outdoor swimming pool, 24-hour fitness center, and our deluxe continental breakfast. Other on-site amenities include a restaurant, putt-putt golf, and a car wash. Go happy, go Hojo at the Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala.
Proud sponsor of College of Central Florida basketball on WOCA The Source.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge, undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your mobile Verizon rep. But not just here, I'll deliver the phone to you in your home. While I'm there, I'll only sell you what you need and I'll personalize it to you. Want to have me get you connected? Then call me at 352-528-0020. I even offer unlimited home phone service for just $20 per month. Just call me, your mobile Verizon rep, at 352-528-0020.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Some people think Mayweather and Pacquiao, because you ain't seen nothing. Well, we got Gerald and Tom. Before we go into it, I'm going to just give you a couple of quotes to get you soothed down a little bit. Here's today's quotes. If a nation loses its storytellers, it loses its childhood. Peter Henke said that, whoever he is. Here's one unattributed. You are what you eat. People who enjoy sweets like chocolate or strawberry jam in your case, like chocolate, tend to be more generous, happier, selfless, and open-minded.
Told you.
Finally,
Told you.
Because, yeah, I know the pancakes. Yeah, I know all about it. George Bernard Shaw said, "Better keep yourself clean and bright. You're the window through which you must see the world."
There you
go. A few little quotes. Ready to go? Here we go. Got the music going, Tom, for 24. Fake or factoid? Let's see if you can get these right. Drinking alcohol does not actually kill your brain cells. Fake or factoid?
Fact.
I would say that's fact.
Both say fact?
Yeah.
You're correct, Amundo. Both of you are correct. Get a point? It is correct. Cindy looks at you like you're crazy. She's looking at
liver may be different. Story.
Yeah. Second, number 2. The peak of your brain power in men is 57.5, and for women, 61. Fake or factoid?
Fake.
That's fake.
Both say fake.
Yeah.
Why, you think it's too high?
I think it's too high.
Yes,
Tom?
too high.
Anybody want to change your answer? Okay, you're both correct. That's fact. The word undefeated. The word champion appears on a Wheaties box top 6 times. Fake or factoid?
Fact.
Tom says fact, and Gerald says fake, and Gerald's correct. It's fake. I made it up. All right. The word pure appears on the scroll held by the Quaker pictured on the packages of Quaker oat cereal.
Fact.
I would say fact.
Both say fact. Both correct. This time Gerald's got to go first because Tommy's beating you. So he's going to have to go.
Yeah.
Have to go opposite of what Gerald says. So here it is. The phrase "In God We Trust" appears on all paper money printed in the U.S. Gerald's got to go first.
Fact.
Fake.
Gerald says fact. Tom says fake. The winner is Gerald Ergel. It's fake.
Sorry about that, John.
I'm sorry.
It's fact. Yeah. Well, I knew it was fact. I just had to go fake.
Well, no, yeah, all right. Well, he got you on that one. So, all right, you guys want to do the number for kicks?
Wait a minute. You mean because of the process, I beat Tom?
Yes, because of the process.
Hey, Tom, I hate that. We'll have to do it again because I do not want to win like that.
I understand. It was a process win.
You don't want to win fair and square, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and besides that, you didn't get. You got to go to the early bird now, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's it.
All right, here's a number real quick, and before we go, got another picture of the night coming up just a moment. See if you guys get it. The most senior crayon maker, Emerson Moser, retired after making how many crayons for Crayola? And it was then he revealed that he was actually colorblind. How many crayons did he make?
48.
48 crayons?
48 colors. Oh, how many crayons?
No.
Oh, 2 billion. 2 billion.
Vic, Gerald?
It's a huge number.
Go.
$1.5 million.
Todd, it's 2. It's actually Gerald wins anyway. What'd you say? 1.4 million. Gerald wins all the way around. Coming up next, Southern Pictures in the night. Stay tuned to right here to the Voice of Ocala.
Here in Florida, when you're looking to go to the beach, you've got hundreds of options. Theme parks, no shortage of options there either. But when it comes to home insurance, most companies have only one option. Allstate is different. Here in Florida, Allstate agents offer home insurance options from several companies, so they can help you get the coverage that's right for you. And they'll help you save on quality car insurance, too. For starters, safe drivers save 45% with Allstate. So before you settle for just one option, talk to someone with many home and car insurance options. Your local Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
Hi, this is Kevin McDonald, your local Allstate agent. To get your quote, please call us at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations.
Allstate has no financial responsibility to you for any home insurance policy you purchase and would not be responsible for any claims. Allstate does not make any representations or accept liability related to operations of home insurance companies, including but not limited to their financial conditions. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
Guy Harvey Checking is now exclusively available at Gateway Bank. With Guy Harvey Checking, you will receive Gateway's premium checking account, plus several other Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation features, including membership to the Guy Harvey Hammerhead Nation, free Guy Harvey t-shirt, and an exclusive Guy Harvey debit card. At Gateway Bank, we will make a $50 donation to the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation for every new account opened. This is just one more reason why people choose Gateway Bank. Sign up today for your exclusive Guy Harvey Checking account with Gateway. Details available at gatewaybankcfl.com, member FDIC.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking: will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Real estate is the largest and most personal investment that any of us will ever make. Be sure to tune in Tuesdays at 10 a.m. when Bob Kennedy, owner of Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty, will be answering your questions and discussing real estate. So remember, that's Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Call 622-9622 with your questions. It pays to be an informed buyer or seller. This is news you can use from Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty and your friends here at WOCA.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
This is Southern Pigskin Tonight with host Buddy Martin on the Southern Pigskin Radio Network.